looks okay. Yeah, it looks okay. All right. So whenever you're ready.
You know, I'm having a situation where I'm thinking about the holidays and how everybody that is in the same situation where I am, I'm just going to think of using the word situation. Use one word too many times, it gets redundant. And the point is to be helpful and to helpful with dealing with the holidays. It's just wonderful that you can have family with you during the holidays. And if you're in an assisted living and you're incapacitated and you've got so much ability and so much mobility that you're on the exercise program and these are things that you're doing, but it's real, especially when it's happening to you. You know, if you look at on the television, which is a wonderful apparatus to be able to get your point across, your computers, all of these things are so right now, contemporary, the world that we're living in right now, everything we watch on TV right now. So how do we incorporate this into getting better and getting much more say, into things and into things that you like to. Me, I used to like to read, even if you're reading a comic book, I mean, it don't matter, at least you're reading something. And the situation is that to be able to read, and the problem is when your eyesight goes, and that's a problem that I've had recently, and having to go and get some help from these labs that have a program for eyeglasses and things. The the right type of eyeglasses, and they've come so far since I was a young man and dealing with these things that I'm saying to myself, Jesus, why didn't I do this before? Why didn't I do this when I had more mobility? Why didn't I do this? Because right now, with the new glasses I have, I've just got to tell you, you got to think about these things. And these things are very important, not only to yourself, but to your well-being, to be able to get the glasses and say, let me tell you, let me see. Look at me, I'm a new man. I can see. You see, I can read that. I can read things up close. And if they're bifocals, then, just regular glasses are sometimes all you need. But me, I need bifocals. And I tell you what, it's like, my word, it's like, and to be able to see the distance, well, now I know. I am so glad that I got my license renewed. And that's something you ought to think about. How old you are and getting your license renewed on a renewal basis. You've got a lot of help on the internet as far as what you need and what you need to get your license renewed. And thank God I passed the deal as far as the license is concerned. So my license got renewed and it's good for a lot of years now. So once I get my mobility up to snuff, and I'm working on that now on a weekly basis. I do therapy at least three times a week. So think about that. That's not so bad. You have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then as far as Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, these are things you can do for yourself at home or wherever you are in in your chair or where you're comfortable. You can even do some of these exercises in bed while you're resting, and it's no big deal, and it doesn't require all kinds of professional apparatus and all kinds of expensive electronic equipment. You can do with your therapist. As far as there are articles for sale, there's the weighted balls, the squeeze exercises for your hands, and they're not expensive because they're on sale everywhere, and you can do that, and well, you put some different sites where you can get these things, and price around what you're looking for and what your therapist has to tell you or what you should have, and they can recommend different sites for you, and just have them write it down for you. And that's another thing as far as your penmanship and writing things down. Don't be afraid to ask for help for someone to write, a what do you call it, a site where they're advertising their exercise, or for people that are stay at home or need that help, but they want to know where to buy them and where to get a good deal on them. I mean, there's a lot of things on the market, and there's a lot of stuff that's just you're throwing your money away. So that's why listen. You've got people of your people that come in and your therapists. They can help recommend where to look for these different things, and also where do they get their things. Well, do you know? Of course you know. Like I'm talking to myself. Do you know? Of course you know. You want to get something that's got value to it, value added, and it's going to give you the mobility and the satisfaction in what you're accomplishing and things that you're doing better. So as I'm doing better, you can do better with me. So the idea is we can do this as a project, and the project is, what do you want to work on first? Mm-hmm. Well, that's a good idea. I tell you, if you got a minute and you got somebody, hook you up with a website, and because on the website we've got different areas where you can call, or other websites that you can call. The information is not going to cost you a dime. These are all set up for you, and they're already there. If you're looking for this kind of a thing, if you're looking for that kind of a thing, we try to plug this in to what you're doing with the big guy. Well, the big guy's telling you right now that it's not something it's going to break the pocketbook, because that's what we have in mind. This is for you. This is for me too, because your help is what we need to keep our program going. We want to keep this going and get into, as we're going along and getting better, you're going to be doing the same things and getting better with us on our website. And if you don't like it, that's your opinion. Me, do I like it? Well, I hope I do, and it's all up to you whether it's a good thing or not. But don't let yourself down. That's the big thing. Mm-hmm. And there are a lot of other things that you can do that are very important, that give you a break and do these things. Then all of a sudden, you won't see me sitting in the chair as much as I do, and I'll be using the walker. I'll be using, and these are things as far a walker that I use. I'm not selling walkers. I'm not trying to get you interested in somebody else's goods, because they've all got all different things that work well for you. But I tell you what, you don't need anything that's just overkill. You need something that's going to accomplish certain things so that you can go to the next level. This is for you. And the bottom line is, it's not one of these things of, oh, what's it going to cost me? I'll tell you right now, you're on a website, and the bottom line is, it's built for you, it's built for me, and I've got some wonderful people and some excellent technical help that's used for you. It's not going to cost you anything. What you're going to do, you get it, you just go on, you get it at the websites of what they cost, and you'll see how inexpensive, getting on some of these websites are. And you've got somebody who's a professional giving you free information. I mean, it's if you've got the will to do something about your problem, well, do it. The situation is for a direction. That's it. That's the word I was looking for. The right direction, not somebody who says, well, do 20 of these, do 20 of those 40 of those. Well, how many can you do before you start to feel it in your muscles?
Mm-hmm.
And you say, well, wait a minute. And then, something real important. I've got a short-term memory, and I'm not